Hey, this is the Thomas 8 Man reporting to you live, doing his live commentary as usual on Stronghold Kingdoms. What's up? That was a little bit weird. But this is pretty much a basic overview of what World 2 is at, where we're going. Supposedly we are moving towards World 2. Second age, which is the age of upgradeness. The upgrade of higher cost of monking and interdiction and XCOM. There's different all the parishes get reset, but which is kind of nice, and a lot of people got confused and people were getting scared that their villages would get reset, but it's not actually your villages. It's just your villages will just kind of sit there, and then all you have to do is rebuild the parish back to normal. Because all the parishes, I'm pretty sure, all the parishes I am in or I run are actually done and completed, and nothing else can be done to them. Actually, I got a report, but there's nothing else to really be done. It's quite just chugging along to get to that second age. I will be right back. I'm going into my village setup. I'm going to do a little village tutorial today. Hey, this is the Thomas 8 Man reporting to you live, doing his live commentary back at village building. I've had quite a couple tips on village building, and I've taken those tips and actually put them into the #1 way of doing things. This is a lowland village, and actually it's a very basic village for war or such things that you don't have to worry about the different perks and things that you have to subsides that you have to do. It's just very basic. It's easy to run off of. There's nothing that can go wrong. So this is a basic way of doing everything. Obviously, you have to place your wood in the wood area, your stone in the stone area, and your iron in the iron area. But for the most part, nothing really. Everything else is kind of different. Your religious buildings actually should be set off as far to the side as they can be, or in holes, because those little crosses actually only take up one space. So you can just kind of plug those in places where there's little small spaces that you can't fit actual full-size buildings in. As we're looking over here to the kind of stockpile area should be an open area so you can place all of your resourcing buildings. So such as your catapults should be usually in the middle and should be the first thing to be placed because of their structure, and when they're at full they can actually do 7 catapults per day, which is good because then you can have catapults chugging out each day at 7 max. The rest of them, it's kind of, you want to have at least one around as close enough so you can get enough for one at least, and then the rest you can kind of plug around, try to get the most out of everything and try to move them around the right way. Also, with your city hall should be placed with all your actually housing buildings. The first tab you actually have, all that should be, except for the religious buildings, should be placed around your town hall. Everything. So all these honor statues should be placed there. As you can see, I have the gold statues, I have the stone statues. Placing all this stuff will actually help you in the long run of grabbing so much honor. Right now I'm running with 5 million honor, 800,000 gold, and 300,000 faith points. So it's just a good way to kind of collect away. It's just, you got to place them in the right places. Try to place all your buildings around first. I kind of didn't do that, but place your buildings around, then place your honor buildings, and these can be placed at pretty much the outskirts. These are the happiness buildings. They give you a popularity bonus which increases your happiness in your city. So that's pretty much the basics of that kind of area. This is the AL building. The AL building is quite the interesting building. I usually build up to 3, 6, 8 breweries because of just to keep up above demand, just so we don't ever run out. Ale is a very good way of kind of getting your citizens happy. I always have all my amenities running at 4 times, except for my food is having a problem. I usually have them all at 4 times just to get everybody happy and moving along and having food. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, there's not much to do the placing. You can place one on each side of it and then place one in each corner. As you can see, the corners, you got 4 in the corners, oops, and then 1 on each side of it directly on the end, as I like to call it. Also, the last place but not the least is your granary. Your granary should be, mine doesn't have any food in it because I'm horrible to my people and actually don't have enough food. But it should be basically just try to put the things that produce the most. So my pig farms produce a lot of meat. They produce per building 19,000, and then goes down a little bit, 18,000, 14,000, but all of them together create 97,000 food per day of meat. Apples, dairy, most of them can be generally put to the far sides. They can be kind of put off to the side and stuff, but it's generally logics to be placing these. This is a good structure and will keep your village actually happy and above. So if anything, actually I can be on full negative and still run well and still have honor coming chugging in and money coming in at the same time. But I will do a quick video on how to increase your money and your honor at the same time. Hope you guys have a great day and you guys keep chugging along.